Here I'm going to be presenting some material from a trip I took from Dnipro to Kharkiv right before the pandemic started. So I recently saw Bold and Bankrupt posted a video where he really took the exact same route as me, and I figured it would be worth it to kind of bring up some of this old material and show it. So Kharkiv is a city of about 1.5 million people. It's Ukraine's second largest city, and the really strange thing my friend told me about is it's like there's some village in the middle, almost right in the center of the city, that's supposedly pretty dangerous. So we're going to check that out, and on the way we're going to look for Soviet murals, some strange bus stations, and some really scary bathrooms. Everyone I know thinks that this bus station is really ugly, but to me this architecture is actually really fascinating. I was tempted to say that it was made during Soviet times, but it turns out it's actually made in 1993. I don't think I've ever seen a bus station designed exactly like this. This was a cool place. I mean, I got some water and some snacks, and it got me ready for my trip back to Kharkiv. So this is my bus back to Kharkiv, and we're going to see all kinds of Soviet murals and bus stations and all this sort of stuff on the way back. So we're at our first stop after leaving from Dnipro, and this is Perestroika, I think is the name. So I think this is a little town of about 10,000. So I really want to see what's in that bus station. There are some obstacles and difficulties. This was actually much worse yesterday when we came through. It's melted a bit. So we can make our way and see what's in here. This looks very Soviet. Just the artwork on this, you can tell. The bathroom here is something pretty special also. I don't think I've ever even seen anything quite like these ones. That's all there is to it. It's a pretty small place. There's some interesting things I saw over this way on the bus ride over. So when I was here a day ago, I was taking some pictures, and some random Ukrainian teenagers just stopped me. And look at this building here too. I mean, I'm not even seeing much anything like this in Kharkiv. So I think this is definitely an older style of architecture here. I wonder what this is. It says something like Center Khudojnyo Estetichnoy. I'm not really sure. Tvorchosti Uchnivskoy Molody. Okay, I have absolutely no idea what that is. So here's a mural depicting the Pioneers' trumpet. I think the Vladimir Lenin All-Union Pioneer Organization. It was something kind of like the Boy Scouts, except coming from Comrade Lenin. I have to rush to make it back to my bus in time so they don't leave. We only have a little bit here. And getting through this puddle, I think I went by, oh boy. Get through here. We are arriving back in Kharkiv, and Kharkiv is the second largest city in Ukraine with almost 1.5 million residents. It was also the first capital of the Ukrainian Soviet Socialist Republic from 1919 to 1934, and then it was moved to Kiev. Among other things, Kharkiv is known as one of the centers for science and education in Ukraine, and this is one of the reasons I'm here, and you can see this from some of my other videos that I've posted on the place. But to me, it's also full of all these just fascinating, wondrous, and just completely rough places. And I love the raw feel of this place, and I never run out of any sort of surprises when I explore it. Some topless guy walked past me. It's almost freezing right now, and this guy's walking by without a shirt. Anyway, the reason I came here was I found this building not too far from my apartment, and its name is Tetris, at least if that's using Ukrainian pronunciation and not Russian. So I thought that was pretty wonderful. Maybe I don't see all the different types of blocks, but that's a building called Tetris. And I want to go to this other most dangerous part of Kharkiv that I was told about, Nemishlia. I'm sure I'm not pronouncing that well, but I found whenever I ask someone what's the most dangerous area and all that, it's really just ends up actually being a really interesting area with a lot of treasures and all that. This is really kind of more like a village. This is really just in the middle of this city of 1.4 million people. It's not on the outskirts, it's not in the countryside. We do have something that's arranged basically like a village, just kind of in the middle of the town. And I can't imagine going to some big American city and we're not in the center exactly, but we're really not that far, I don't think. And you just have something with this low population density and like a village. I wouldn't ever see it. So this is still kind of interesting. The road quality is really bad. This is definitely where Ukraine can remind me of my home state of Michigan. No one here believes that when I show them if you Google image Michigan roads and you see all kinds of stuff like this, no one believes me here that in the United States you can have places with that poor infrastructure. But you absolutely can. I've definitely seen worse roads than this in the Detroit area. There are some nice places. I mean, this is a nice house any way you look at it. I think it really depends. You go on like a slightly different street, and okay, so this is a nice house here, and over there's something that looks very poor and run down. So I think this really is just like a complete mixture of some very nice properties. I can't even see behind the fence. That's a very big house, a very big yard, and then just not too far over you have just a complete contrast. So I still do think this is a interesting neighborhood to explore. So I guess that dog lives in that house and was kind of roaming free, and that they let it back in. I wonder if that's common here, if most of the dogs here belong to someone and they're just kind of wandering off and come back home. I don't know, usually I'm used to dogs being walked on a leash. Maybe the laws are different here. Maybe things are done differently. I don't know. Yeah, so this is kind of what I'm talking about. I mean, you compare this building to the one we saw earlier, this nice palace. And I mean, really, it's just a few feet the other direction. I'll just remind you where we were. We were just right back there on the corner. You had that nice palace. And here, the window, the paint's completely chipping. It's just run down. I don't know if... I think someone still lives there, but I'm not really sure. Vlog, yeah, around.
За двором зачем снимать?
Don't understand.
Is this home?
Home, tak. Yeah, just okian interesujące małe miasto w Kharkivia. Little tiny, and then Velinka miasto. Yeah, village in Kharkiv. Sorry, a moment. Well, I think I'm gonna try to get out of this area. I was just creeped out. There was a guy that came out. He seemed rather angry. I think he was saying something about Polizia and was telling me to go there, and I'm not breaking any laws by walking around in a public place, but I don't want to deal with any trouble, so we're gonna go find some other part of town to look at. Just off the main road, I found this area back here with all kinds of trash and some unfinished building or something. I'm not really quite sure what the purpose is back here. Maybe homeless people stay back here, I'm not really sure. But there are a couple of shops over here. It looks like my tram is coming. This is the lovely place you can wait for the tram. Mówisz po angielsku albo polsku?
I speak English.
Okay, great. Yeah, what's your name?
My name is Julia.
Julia, so like Yulia in
Yeah,
Russian, right?
that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah. So, do you live in this area?
Yeah, I live far, but I live in Kharkiv, and I was born here.
Okay. Let me ask you, I was just walking around this area, Nimyshlaya, I think it's called.
Немышля, okay.
And I think someone actually called the police on me.
Really?
Yeah. Some really unfriendly guy came out, he was saying some stuff. Do you have any idea what might have been happening?
Frankly speaking, it's normally
Yeah.
here.
There,
in that
yeah.
area, yeah. So if someone sees a stranger,
Yeah.
he's supposed to call the police.
Oh, really? I
Yeah,
see.
perhaps.
I got a little scared because then I talked to this guy and then I was walking down the street and then someone came in the car and then pulled over and started talking to me again and it was a different person. And I was just kind of, what's going on, So,
Perhaps here in Ukraine, not a lot of people who do blogs, who do
Yeah, yeah.
videos.
right.
So perhaps that's the reason.
Well, I think that neighborhood in particular, I went there because someone told me it was one of the worst places in the city. So,
Perhaps the most scary.
Scary.
There.
Yeah, over that way, that
yeah,
way.
oh, that way.
Okay, what's that way? What's over there?
HTZ.
Heteze. I was in this.
HTZ.
Okay, Heteze. Should I go there? Or no?
No.
Yeah, she said apparently that when you're in one of these sorts of neighborhoods, that it's just a common thing to call the police if you see a stranger. To me, that's kind of surprising because, obviously I wasn't there to rob it or anything. We got a little kitty over here next to the Ukrainian flag. Oh, we have two kitties. I don't think I have any cat food on me though. Is there anywhere I can find some? So here's the cat food and it's very cheap. So this is really just a few cents. So it's good, I think, to have two of them. This has salmon in it. That's actually in Polish, but so I'll get a couple of these and go and try and find those cats again. Just outside of the grocery store, we have Lucky shoes and some Diva diamond thing and some guy that looks super cool in his sunglasses. So I'll have to find the cats now. I think I see the cats in the shelter now over here, probably shelter from the cold. So let's see. Oh, I see 3 cats now. Let's see if they understand what this is. Kitties. Kitties, you hungry? Oh, you're hungry, I'm sure. Oh, well, this one is. Maybe they're a little suspicious. Maybe they're, I don't know how feral and how trusting they are. But since there's 3 of them, I think for sure I'm going to also give them the second packet of food. Yeah, that one might be a little scared. So let's open this one. Kitty. Oops. Kitty's hungry? Kitties are hungry. It's dark out and I think I've already explored enough of this side of town, so I'm gonna go in the metro and go to the exact opposite end of this red line.
Обережно, двері зачиняються. Наступна зупинка – станція Армійська.
So it's about time to call it a day, I think. So I decided just to stop by the main train station for Kharkiv. So this was built in 1952. This was, still back in Soviet times, and this was a replacement to the old train station that was destroyed during World War II. And you can see there's actually still quite a lot of people out here right now, even though it's really quite late. And this is because there's a lot of night trains in Ukraine, so people sleep overnight and go to some city on the other side of the country. And some of these train stations from this era, I think, are still really quite beautiful. Look at like these here. This is really, really, really nice. I think I'm gonna definitely call it a night and go back home. So be sure to like, comment, subscribe, any of all that stuff if you want to see more things. And hope to see everyone in the next video.